I'm using the beginning of this show now as a way to vent about whatever silly thing is bothering me, but you're not getting me. You're not feeling me. Patient portals? You don't hate those?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, do you not go to the doctor?
I go, yeah. What's a patient portal?
A patient portal is when you've either been to the doctor or you're going to the doctor and they send you the portal and a link to your portal, and then you have to log on and you either have to do all your pre-sign-in stuff in the portal, or maybe they send you your test results in the portal, stuff like that.
I have no idea.
You
what
don't go to the
you're
doctor,
talking about.
Buck.
I go.
They're portal-less. I need to go to your doctor.
Every couple months I
No.
go.
So these portals drive me bananas because I feel like they're putting so much work back on me. And then every time, you're not feeling me, Buck, because but I have to rant about these. You get the emails, you try to log in, it's the wrong login. You don't even remember your ID for it.
Right.
And I've got like 10 of them because I've got so many different doctors. Because as women, we have a ton of doctors and you guys don't have as many as us. And it's not fair.
You're right. And I think my wife probably handles my son.
Your portals,
If there is a portal over there.
The other thing, do you get the surveys after?
I get nothing, Roxanne.
Buck, all this work is globbed onto your wife. That's what it is.
Do you know that
You have to do the survey.
I don't even know my doctor's name.
Of course you don't. You don't really have a doctor, Buck. You're just like Doug. You don't go to the doctor.
No.
I just caught you.
No, I have a doctor. I've had it forever. I just switched, and I've had one appointment at my new doctor, and I haven't taken it
When's
upon
the last time you
myself.
went there? When's the last?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know. You have no idea. I caught you.
2 months? 2 months ago?
Yeah, right. You just made that
2
number
months
up.
ago. No, a month and a half, 2 months. Yeah, something like that. I went.
Okay. Liar. The other thing too, after the doctor's appointment, all the surveys. Surveys. How were we? How long was your wait time? It's taken me 10 minutes to figure out the survey. So if you saved me money on my wait time, I'm back to square one now because I just spent 10 minutes. Oh.
There it is. Phone. We can't get anything done. And here, she's going to say,
I just hung up. I just picked up and hung up.
They're going to call back. This is all going in the video, by the way, so you can see what we deal with.
What kind of
She's
chaos?
talking about portals. People are walking by. The phone is ringing. Who has a phone?
We have stuff to get into today. And I listened to our lovely intro, and it's like, parents who don't have their act together. We bleeped out act together, right? That's what we meant. And boy, I have to tell you, Buck, I felt like that this week. I felt like failure. I had one of those days with my daughter. I don't know if you've ever had days like this with your son, but it was every social interaction we had, every public place that we were in, she was a nightmare. And I felt like I really was helpless. I couldn't do anything about it because, she came here. She wasn't horrible here, but she just was wanting to thwart her will, do what she wanted to do. And so I got her out of here as quick as can be. We went to a play date. She went to the girl's house. She'd never been there before. She acted like she owned the place. Like our friends had lunch set out for us.
Yeah.
And she beelined past the lunch, just wanted to go to the playroom. Never been in this person's house before, picking things up, throwing them around. Ooh. So it's kind of a note to parents. If you ever do a first time play date, them going to another house and seeing toys like that is so exciting to them. You can't get them focused on anything else.
No.
It is the kid in the candy store expression.
I've seen this happen with another child that came to my house that was uncontrollable, grabbing everything.
Yes,
and I'm like, your kid's wild. Stop that.
Uncontrollable because it's just like they don't have impulse control. So it's like, oh, look, I'm in this cool place. Let me touch everything. Let me feel everything and throw it and do whatever. So she was terrible there. And then we went out to dinner that night. And I have never felt like, A, I don't ever want to go out to dinner again until she's 10. And B, I can't go back to that restaurant ever. And it was just, she was screaming, bucking. We tried to put her in the...
Yeah, bucking.
Let
me ask you, what kind of restaurant was it?
Mexican.
Okay. So it wasn't like you were at a fancy steakhouse where you have to pick the right fork.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't I wouldn't even put her up for that challenge. We went to a place that is family oriented, but I was kind of eyeing the other customers, and you couldn't help. She was that bad kid that people couldn't keep their eyes off of.
Sometimes
Right. She wouldn't, and this is my fault because I feel like she's one of those kids, because I was this way. I wanted to grow up really fast. I didn't understand. I thought I was an adult. From the time I was a kid, I thought I was an adult. And I can already pick up with that on her. Like, she wants to come here to my job, and she's like, I'm working. She wants to do everything the adults are doing.
Yeah.
And so I want to give her some of that leeway if it doesn't hurt her. But now I'm realizing, no, Roxanne, you have to lay down the boundaries. Like Doug and I, we're kind of dorky. We're a same side of the booth couple.
Okay.
So we just put her in between us.
Yeah.
And that's how we roll.
So all three of you crammed in.
No, usually we get a good sized booth. Yep.
Hopefully.
We've got her pinned.
Okay.
And then she still feels like she's an adult, kind of. I don't know why I'm allowing my 2-year-old to feel like she's an adult. That's parenting mistake number one. And then, when we go with other couples, like we did, to a normal table, she refuses to sit in the what is it, high chair.
You're not alone.
Okay.
Everything you're saying has and still happens to me, and I think a lot of people who listen are going through the same thing. We do a booth every time. If they don't have a booth, guess what? I might leave because I need to trap my kid in the corner so he can't escape. And he tries to climb behind me in the seat at least 2 or 3 times to get out.
Yes.
And I know.
Reposition.
You are not running around, jumping, running into people.
She was running and screaming and laughing. It wasn't like a cry. It was like a ha ha ha, I got you, I want you. And ran out of the restaurant, fully out of the restaurant, onto the sidewalk, running back and forth. And I didn't realize it at the time, but they had that sort of glass where they could see in, or excuse me, the patrons could see out. She and I couldn't see in. So I'm out there having a conversation with her, just saying crazy, stupid stuff that I would not want other people to hear me say to my child. And then I realized the family that was giving us like the most dirty looks, they were right there at the glass. So I'm sure they saw and heard everything. So it was just embarrassing. So anyways, I found this list, discipline, 5 do's and don'ts when your kids won't listen. Oh, this ought to be a lot of help.
This should be funny. Okay.
Look at a means of discipline of actively engaging with kids to help mold their moral character. My 2-year-old does not give a crap about moral character right now.
No, they're becoming very independent and they don't care about morals.
They care about free will.
Free will.
And they're going to show you they have it.
Yep.
Do find opportunities for praise. Now, I do think there's something to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I praise my son a lot because I want him to know when he did something good, I want him to know it's good. And that is exactly how you behave or how you put your toy away.
Yes.
Very good. You did very good, son.
And you almost have to trick them sometime if they're doing something bad, quickly reroute their behavior. Don't mention the bad thing and say, "Good, okay, good job. Yes, look what you're doing. Good. Keep doing that."
Distraction tactics.
Yes. Do set limits and keep them. I don't do that.
We want to. God, we want to. Don't
threaten or explode. I'm good. I'm really good about that.
Yeah, you know what? I had a moment last week where I lost it.
What did you cuss?
Oh yes, that went down. That happened for sure. And as it is coming out of my mouth, I'm going, no. Why would you? Now he knows that word, and now he will probably say it. But sometimes you just don't know how to handle it.
I know.
The normal tactics don't work. They're rebellious. They're saying, no. That's how my son says it. And I'm like, you can't say no to me.
No, I know. When you hear that, you're like, okay, do you not understand? I am the parent.
Yeah, I am the parent.
That's next on the list. Be the parent, not the buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have so many thoughts about that because he is my buddy. He really is. I love hanging out with him. We have fun. We tell little jokes together, and I love making him laugh. But then when it's time for me to go into parent mode, I think he is almost like, you're my buddy. You're not. No, why are you being mean to me?
I know. So what do you have to stay? You have to stay in parent mode the majority of the time.
You
have to stay with that role. That horrible day that we had on Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Yes. So Wednesday I came home. Buck, I hid all day. I hid. I had one. She went from one nanny to her nap to I said, Doug, you got to watch her, to the next nanny. And I hid in my room the whole time. I couldn't take her.
Yeah.
And then and then when she came in at like 6 o'clock at night, that's when I finally saw her. Great mom. I'm a great mom. I didn't see her all day. I didn't wake up with her, but I couldn't take it. And so Doug came in at 6 o'clock and, the baby came in at 6 o'clock. And she's like, oh, mama, I sit on your lap. I sit on mama's lap. And she just wanted to sit on my lap and have me hug her. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Oh, man. There's nothing wrong with what you did, avoiding your child all day because you knew you needed some space. And space is so important. It's so important. I know another coworker that I used to talk with about this. And she used to tell me she would hide in her closet on her phone in the dark. And she could hear the kids yelling, Mom, where are you? One of them being a teenager. Mom. And she would just sit there quiet and be like, ha, ha, ha. I'm not saying a word. And I was, at the time, I didn't have a kid. I was like, how could you? But now I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
She was so happy about the invention of text messaging too, because you hide in there on your phone. No one knows you're in there.
Nobody
click, click,
knows.
click. Nope. And so do you ever feel like, Buck, this is kind of the theme of the show today. I just feel like after a day like Tuesday, fail. I felt like I especially felt like I was failing here at work because even though she was only here for 10 minutes, I felt like she looked like a mess. It wasn't her father's fault. I picked out the wrong outfit. It was too big for her.
Oh no.
And so I felt like a hot mess mom in here, which I've described that feeling that I don't think you guys ever experience. Do you ever experience a hot mess dad feeling?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a hot mess, but I think my word is like disaster. Like
disaster
I'm
dad.
a disaster today. Everything I touch is not going how I plan it to go. And every conversation I have with people, coworkers, is not what I want. And I'm hearing the wrong things. And I usually say, can I just go home?
Right. Okay. Then you do feel that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. It's not just a
You're
female
not
thing. Well, that was going to be my next point. That I think this whole women's lib thing.
No?
No.
Done
No.
with it? Throw it out the window?
I can't do it all. I cannot. I am dropping the balls.
Yeah. Yeah, that balance.
That balance is so, some days you're like, I can't find it. I don't know what I'm doing. And the thing that I notice with I love my job and I do love the break I get. I love the adult stuff. Look at us. I mean, what are we doing, Buck? We're having fun. We're talking.
Chilling.
We have great, cool careers, vocations that we're happy to be in. But I look at some of my friends who are stay-at-homes, and of course, they just get overwrought with being around the kid all day, and that tires you out as well.
Yeah.
But if you do have some of them in school, or you have a little nanny help, or whatever you have, you do still get those breaks, and you get sleep. And that's what I don't get.
Yeah.
And that's where my problems all stem from, because I don't have the patience, I don't have the stick-to-itiveness that somebody would have just an hour more of sleep than I did to be able to tell my child, to tell her to do something and stick with it. That's where I'm failing the most.
I agree. You're tired. Look, you're tired. I kind of know the area where you live out by me.
I drive.
And it's not near work.
No, spend a lot of time in the car.
You spend a lot of time in the car. And we're not those new employees that live in an apartment next to the radio station, can drop anything anytime and come in and just be on it. We're into our careers. We have a long drive. We have a family. And now we have this little human terrorizing us, stealing our sleep.
Yes. We call it in our household the path of least resistance. Whatever is going to get us from point A to point B in the quickest way, in the least way of resistance. And that's where my discipline and my parenting is lacking, because I don't have that ability to be like, no, I said do this and I'm going to hold you to it.
You don't have that ability.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, but not all the time.
No.
Not when I'm tired.
No, I don't think you can. And I tried the same thing. Like, for instance, picking up your toys. Like, I am pushing on that hard, and I am getting so much resistance. And I should let it go. That's the one thing that I do every night. Every night, let's pick up all those toys, because I'm the one who steps on the Legos.
Right.
Let's do it.
Buck, what's your sign again? Are you a Virgo?
Virgo.
Okay. So you're a neat freak, right?
Yeah.
Some perfectionists in some areas. Okay. So maybe we need to save this for the next podcast. A very interesting study about cleanliness. And this is something, we're trying to always teach the child new good habits. So we're going to pick that up on the next podcast.
I like it.
Okay?
I like it.